40. $47. 48. 55. 56.
Not much more required. Red colour, and probably one more red just to cement it. Although I think if it gets to the snooker's required stage, and John was to miss, I think Ronnie will just be looking for the door anyway. I think
64.
He's had enough for this session.
When they met in the final here in 2017, it was Trump on the wrong end of a drubbing 10-3. He's threatening something even more comprehensive here. And since 2017, of course, O'Sullivan has won
71.
Every one of these Shanghai Masters, 4 in a row, including the COVID interruption.
Yeah, I mean, the nature of snooker is that while you get two evenly matched great players, the nature of the game is that only one player can be at the table. So if you are on the receiving end, there's literally nothing you can do, and you can get landslides like this. We've seen it before in snooker. One player totally dominant, the other player out of sorts. And I think
78.
Either the red that he missed early in the match, O'Sullivan to right corner, affected his confidence, or maybe gave Judd a boost. Either way, it's a freakishly easy scoreline between two great players who are quite evenly
83.
matched. But he's good for it, Judd Trump. He deserves to be miles in front.
84.
He's got better and better as the session has gone on, from a fairly average first couple of frames.
Looking to put the icing on the cake of what has been a wonderful session for him, with a 4th century, his 7th of this tournament.
Foul.
Oh, what a shame. He managed to pop the red. Unfortunately for him, the white went in as well. But what a performance. Ronnie O'Sullivan must wonder what's hit him there. Quite brilliant stuff from Trump. 443 points without reply at one stage. Even he looks surprised at how dominant he's been in that opening session. And when they come back this evening, he'll need just 2 more frames for a place in the final. He leads 8-1. Well, there's a sense of shock almost around this wonderful Shanghai indoor stadium at what Judd Trump has just done to Ronnie O'Sullivan. Of course, O'Sullivan has done similar things to many opponents down the years, but he's been on the wrong end of it today. Trump, quite brilliant. 3 centuries and a surely unassailable 8-1 lead. As we look at the stats once again, 796 points to 177. Not sure what odds you'd have got on that at the start of this match. Not least, of course, because O'Sullivan had won 5 in a row against Trump coming in, but Trump is set to end that losing streak in the most emphatic fashion. O'Sullivan needs a minor miracle. Even if he plays well tonight, surely there's too much to do. So it's looking likely to be Trump against Murphy for the Shanghai Masters title, unless O'Sullivan can conjure something akin to a miracle. Well, of course, we'll be back for the concluding session on Discovery Plus from 12:30 UK time. Paris Olympics just days away, and you can watch it live and in full, of course, with us here on Eurosport and across our digital platform. What a performance from Judd Trump today. A hat-trick of centuries, 443 points without reply, and an incredible 8-1 advantage over Ronnie O'Sullivan. As mentioned, they come back at 12:30 UK time. O'Sullivan is going to need something extraordinary. You can watch the concluding session on Discovery Plus, and there'll also be highlights from 6 o'clock tonight on Eurosport 1 if you're watching in the UK. Dave Hendon and Stephen Hallworth will be here to bring you the finale. Can O'Sullivan somehow mount a fight back? Join them later to find out.
The iconic new Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6 is here on O2.
Let's go.
Circle to search with Google lets you search anything on your phone without switching apps. Pre-order and get Samsung Galaxy Buds 3 Pro for an extra £20. Plus, roam freely in the EU, up to 25 gig. O2, see what you can do.
This is elite level rescuing. Local garages are vying for a coveted place in the Green Flag network. Runcorn repairs fueling up. Salisbury looking nervous. And they're away. What a start from Bexley Autos. Glencoe Garage a stumble and down he goes. Onto the sheet now. Nature's traffic jam. Runcorn out in front, but anything can happen in the fog. Oh, Salisbury stepped up a gear. It's neck and neck. She's going to take it. Sensational repair. Only first-rate rescuers get to join our local breakdown network. Only the best get the Green Flag.
Swing by Aldi for this week's Great Value Super 6.
Oh.
Always horsing around, eh, Kevin?
From just 29p, this week's Aldi Super 6 is the perfect balance of quality and value.
Talk about winning prices.
When you see the Ryobi cordless pole hedge trimmer next to a conventional hedge trimmer, it's a hedge of two halves. The cordless Ryobi trimmer gets to work in seconds, with no petrol emissions or tangles. The 45cm diamond ground blade slices through branches up to 18mm thick. With a 4-position articulating head and an extension pole giving 2.9 metres extra reach, there's no need to set foot on a ladder. So next time the hedge needs trimming, ask yourself what side of the hedge you'd rather be on. Buy the Ryobi pole hedge trimmer with a 1+ battery, charger, 3-year warranty and free delivery now for just £149.99, saving £80. Plus free safety glasses worth £13.99 at ryobitools.co.uk.
In a couple of days, thousands of athletes will arrive in Paris for the Olympic and Paralympic Games.
Good luck to all athletes on their journey to Paris. Toyota. Start your impossible.
And Mafflin looking terrific so far. This is the last frame before the interval. Mafflin has won 2 of the first 3 this morning. He leads 7-4.
Yeah, I think it would have hurt John, the way that those last couple of frames have gone, the way that his opponent has stepped up a little bit, I think.
That's right, because Higgins has tried to use his experience, put pressure on this morning, and Mafflin has responded really well.
Has he left the red on? The one that he's closest to? He may have. That was a surprise. He missed that by quite a long way.
One.
Higgins, I'm sure, will feel he needs to counter-attack here and just try and reduce that confidence that Mafflin clearly has been feeling this morning. Make him dwell on an error. But that's the beauty of Championship snooker. You've got the game itself, which is hard enough. You've got all the mind games as well in the background, the psychology, which makes it such a fascinating watch. Yeah, another sizable break for Selby, so he's put together 3 good frames there to lead 3-1 at the interval.
9. $16. 17.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think he knows he's got to make a counter-attack here, but if he could come out of this session at 2-all, he kind of still
24.
there hanging on, knowing that he's got an opportunity to get some frames under his belt. But if he lost this one and fell further behind, then he really, I think, would start to feel uncomfortable out there.
$25. $32.
Well,
33.
I'll make this the 5th black coming up.
Yes, should have been a 147 last night, shouldn't they, on this very side of the table with Steve Maguire. Looked, I thought he was, at one point, looked like he really was going to make one.
Well, Kurt Mafflin, of course, had a chance in the first round. Ended on 105.
I wonder if he's got any interest in continuing on the black here. I think if he runs this red through, we know. He's got a choice of playing with that or another one. I mean, I never understand with breaks, you know, you always say it wins one frame and you've got to look at the match context, but if the break prize is high, and we've had some huge break prizes here, then really, maybe the answer is to go for them if the chance is on, rather than win the frame.
$55,000 in total, 40,000 for the maximum, 15 for the high break. That's the prize.
It's a lot of money just to say, well, I'd rather just be sure of winning the frame, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Well, he's had 9 maximums, Higgins, never won at
48.
the Crucible. There's very few things he's never done in the game, but this would be the first for him.
And he's played that nicely, Dave.
49.
Well, Crucible maximums have been a rarity in recent years, haven't they? 2012. When you think the man who made it, Stephen Hendry, has been retired for since then, basically, all those years. No one's got near.
We've only ever had 10, and they've been made by 6 different players.
No, that's not a good shot. Not a good shot at all. Be furious, actually, to hit that red on the way through. It wasn't, for him,
56.
that difficult looking a shot. Well, I suppose he could pop the red up and play back on the black, but he'd be enraged to finish there. But now maybe the winning of the frame comes right back into the equation as the most important thing. If you could pop this red in the middle, I think he'd be heading on the black. Well, I get the feeling he's not entirely given up the ghost here of getting a... If he's playing this red, he must have a chance if it goes in of getting on the black. It doesn't look a natural, but as you can see, the red goes. What'll happen to the cue ball? Well, we'll soon find out if the red's going in. We're right behind the line.
$57.
Wow. Wow. All of a sudden, in some ways, that bad shot, Dave, has helped him, because the reds are even better spread now than they would have been had he got on that red initially.
Yeah, this is a definite chance for John Higgins to add his name to that roll of honour. Maximum break makers at the Crucible.
$64. $65.
Just looking at the two reds below and to the left of the pink, they're not as easy